What's up everybody, WayoftheBey here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the vertical drop base stadium set from Hasbro. So, we are in a new season of Beyblade Burst, and it is called Beyblade Burst Rise. And the gimmicks for these new Beyblades are called Hypershpere. So I'll go over the gimmick later in the video when we're actually looking at the Beyblades, but let's take a look at the back. So on the back, it shows everything that it comes with. So we have Ace Dragon D5, and it comes with 4 pieces. So we have the chip, which is Dragon, the base, which is called Ace, and the disc, which is a Hasbro remake of the Takaratomi driver Sting, and another Hasbro remake of Charge. Then over here, we have Bushin Ashindra A5. So the chip is Ashindra, and the base is called Bushin. This disc is a Hasbro remake of the Hurricane driver, and this new driver is a Hasbro remake of the Keep driver. So with a new season of Beyblade Burst, we have new gimmicks. So the gimmicks for this season is the drivers, which are these two, are more bulkier, flatter where the tip is, and more round circular. That's how they move around the stadium. So if you look here, the stadium is a different shape. So the Beyblades are supposed to spin normally in the stadium, but since it's a different shape, they'll be going in sort of like an 8 infinite looking shape, and they'll be going around the base also, so the rim of the stadium where it's a little more flat. So this is the vertical wall where it's close to them coming up on the brink of the stadium, and then they can also battle in the center. It comes with the stadium here and 2 launchers, 2 ripcord launchers. These are new launchers. They are white and orange, so new colors compared to the old ones we've had, which were green and black. Then over here we have the stats for the new Beyblades. So right here, where the purple is, that shows how long they spin in the normal center of the stadium. And over here, the orange, is how long they go around the rim of the stadium. So Ace Dragon goes on the rim, the brim, or the brink of the stadium and the center of it a lot. So it goes back and forth because it is an attack type. While Bushin Ashindra mainly stays in the center of the stadium, but sometimes comes out on the brink and attacks. So Bushin Ashindra is a defense type. So it is stronger than Ace Dragon, which is an attack type. Both of these Beyblades are new for this season, but in Takaratomi's version, they are called Ace Dragon still, but Bushin Ashindra is actually called Bushin Ashura. So I'm not really sure why they changed the name exactly, but it does sound a little cooler. Now all they come with is the chips, which you saw here, the base, which you saw here, the discs, which actually are now able to take frames. So just like the numbered discs, which were like 1, 2, 10, and all that, these discs, which were remakes, took away the gimmicks. Like Sting had the spring gimmick inside of it, and Hurricane had the purple plastic that was able to freely move. Instead, they took those gimmicks away, and now they're able to take frames. And then we have the bulky, flatter drivers that help move in the stadium. So that's all we have on the outside of the box and the front. So the Hypershpere base stadium. So now I'm going to be opening it up and then showing you what exactly comes inside. Alright, so these are the Beyblades out of the packaging in the box. So you get 6 pieces overall. So the layer, the discs, and the drivers. You also get the 2 ripcord launchers, which are orange. Not that long, but long enough. And then you also do get the stadium, which is a little too big to show on the camera right now, and you do get all the clips for the stadium. Let's put that in there. So first, let's take a look at Ace Dragon. Let's move this out of the way. So Ace Dragon is an attack type, and the base is, the chip is Dragon and the base is Ace. So all you have to do to take it out is right here, the plastic, you just push it down and it comes out. And there's the QR code right there. So all it has is slopes. So if you are a Takaratomi user and you want to see how this is, it's just slopes. Nothing really too special. All it mainly does is change its name and its design. So we have the base. So they also do sell separate Ace Dragon and Bushin Ashindra Beyblades out there, but they are recolors. So the only way to get the original white, red, and blue and yellow Ace Dragon is from this set, and the original green Bushin Ashindra. So the only way to get it is from these sets. You can get Ace Dragon and Bushin Ashindra, but they are going to be recolors. A red and a green one out there. So a red Bushin Ashindra and a green Ace Dragon. So this is the only way to get the actual color of it, is in this set. So the chip just pops out easily. All you gotta do is push it out there, and bam, it's out, the base and the chip. So let's pop that in. And it really doesn't do anything to the Beyblade except change its look, which is still fine. That's what we expect from Hasbro. And then the Hasbro version of Sting and Charge. So let's take out the actual Ace Dragon. So this is not the official Ace Dragon that came in the regular starter from Takartomi. This is one that came in a special battle set. Pretty sure it was the B136 Beyblade Gatinko battle set. So it wasn't the actual one. That's why it's just a little off in color, but it's still the same Beyblade. So right here. So these are the two bases. So this is both the Ace Dragons. As you can see, a little color's different, but looks the same. Now for those of you who are wondering, let's take this base apart. So actually the weights are able to come off for Takartomi's version, but Hasbro, there are no weights to it, it's just painted. So let's see if you can do anything with these chips and clips. So this is the Takartomi, so you can see the teeth. Can it go in Hasbro? And the answer is no. It's just a totally different shape, and that's just not how, it just doesn't go in. Well, these do. So for those of you wondering, can Hasbro and Takartomi layers mix? The answer is no. Then we have both Stings. So this is also Sting, as you can see, ST. Well, this is also ST. And really, there's no difference except this is a little skinnier, and they took away the rubber spring gimmick. This is not rubber, this is plastic. The spring gimmick. And these are actually able to take frames now, which, let me grab it real quick. Alright, so this is a frame. So you're actually able to put these on frames, which is pretty cool. Makes the Beyblades a little lighter and easier to move around the stadium. Because if they had all this metal, I don't think the gimmick would be working with them. So let me take off the frame. There we go. And then we have both charges. So no metal on this, except this has metal. Takartomi, Hasbro. Not much difference. This is still a really big driver, and this is also a big driver, so no big difference. So overall, Hasbro did a good job making a Hasbro version of a Ace Dragon. So first, let me move this and put this together. Alright, so the slopes in this are very strong. I don't see the difference between all slopes, how they move. But overall, really good looking Beyblade. Don't know how it does in battle yet, because we'll still have to test that out. But really good. Looks really nice. Like a Hasbro version of Ace Dragon. Looks exactly like it. The chip. The rest of it doesn't, but that's mainly just because it's a Hasbro Beyblade. But now let's take a look at Bushin Ashindra. So here is the layer of Bushin Ashindra, the disc, and the driver. So looking at Bushin Ashindra, same thing, sort of like the actual Bushin Ashura, which we have right here too. Alright, so this is Bushin Ashura. This is the Takartomi version of Bushin Ashindra. Here is Hurricane, the original one, and here is the original Keep. So looking at both of the bases, now there is some stickers and paint missing on this Bushin Ashindra. Now the blades here aren't painted while these three are, while all blades here are painted, have some stickers. The face has the same amount of paint. This looks a little shinier, mainly because this is pretty old. It's been out for a while, while this one's brand new. So looks the same. The back looks the same color. So let's take the chip out. So the same thing here. Here is the QR code for those of you who want it. So sort of the exact same thing with Ace Dragon. Now keep, this is, or Hurricane, this is the original Hurricane. Also able to take a frame. And this is the original Hurricane, that's the new one. And this has the free moving plastic. So they took away disc gimmicks just to make it have frames. But then we have the Hasbro version of Keep, which is bulky and flatter, so you can see, and that's how it moves around in the stadium. And we have the Takaratomi Keep, which the rubber here is free spinning. So big differences in the drivers and discs, but Hasbro did this just to make it lighter, which makes sense. But now let's move Bushin Ashindra away, and let's take a look at Bushin Ashindra all together. Alright, same sort of slides as Ace Dragon. So for those of you who want to see it, we're going to swap their chips. Alright, so let's get Dragon. Alright, so this is now Ace Ashindra. So Ace Ashindra and Bushin Dragon. So you are able to change their chips and bases like that. And of course you can choose what discs and drivers you want to go with what. But now let's take a look at the actual stadium. Alright, so we have the stadium set up. Putting it together is not that hard. If you look at it, it's a really big stadium. Both the Beyblades in the center of it, pretty big. So this side of the stadium is a little deeper compared to this side, and it's bigger. But the rails over here are smaller and the ones over here are bigger. So this stadium does have a really different shape compared to what we've seen in the past. So first, I'm going to launch Ace Dragon. 3, 2, 1, right. So a very aggressive Beyblade does hit the walls a lot. So the big layers, then they do hit the walls. But it looks like it's running out of stamina now, and it's still some power. So because of their tips, even though they were hidden, the rims and everything, the tips were the ones taking that, so they were just moving a little more. Let's try Bushin Ashindra now. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. So yes, staying in the center a little more. So yes, you can see this is a defense type. So the different tips have different movements. And these tips do work really well compared to the other ones. So here is Revive Phoenix Hasbro. And right now it is not in Sling Shock mode. But it might while it's spinning. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and just the regular tip itself. Yeah, and it still moves sort of the same way, but not as well. And every single time it hit the walls and all that, it ran out of stamina. So these Beyblades are made just for the stadium, but now let's do some battles. So I'm going to be using Bushin Ashindra, and Ryan is going to be using Ace Dragon. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, right. Ooh! And Ashindra did not want to battle just yet. Hopped out the stadium. Okay, let's try that one more time. And this time, hopefully Ashindra won't hop out. Ready? 3, 2, 1, right. Ooh! And an instant burst finish. Hard clash, and the attack type won. Ace Dragon. Alright, so let's do one last battle. Hopefully it goes as planned and they're actually moving. And don't instant burst or instant knockout. Alright. Ready? 3, 2, 1, right. Yep. Ooh. So Bushin Ashindra staying in the center while Ace Dragon's going everywhere. Both these Beyblades are moving pretty well, and yep, Bushin Ashindra won with a survivor finish. But these Beyblades moving in the stadium's pretty cool. As you saw, Revive Phoenix moved a little more crazier than these two Beyblades, and Revive Phoenix is a defense type, so it should just stay in the center normally, but both these Beyblades do work well in this stadium. So in the future, we will do more battles. Maybe Kartomi versus Hasbro, their versions. And we'll do it in this stadium to give Hasbro a head start and a higher chance to win. But really good set. Let me know in the comments what you think of Beyblade Burst Rise. If you still think GT is better than Rise, or if you think Hasbro is doing really well catching up and upgrading their Beyblades. Because this seems really good, really strong compared to what we've seen in the past. I didn't really like Slingshot, but this seems really cool, Hypershpere. So that's pretty much going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching WayoftheBey.